Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Tyses, and we are here to talk about GoldenEye. Yes, the original Nintendo 64 game from Rare back in the day. So news has been sort of circulating around that. So I probably said on the channel in the past that chances of it coming to a modern day Nintendo console is pretty slim. However, some of that might be changing as there's been recent news of we've seen a leak of Xbox achievements for GoldenEye 007 that has been leaked online, which is very interesting. There has also been news in recent months and recent times that there has been a lifting of a ban. It was banned in Germany for some reason. Now, I don't know why. Maybe it's to do with some of the content in the game or something like that, or in the movie. I don't know. But for some reason, it was banned in Germany, and now that's been lifted in recent times. And there also been some bits and pieces of, insider info about this type of thing. So the licensing has also been probably the biggest hurdle in terms of there is Nintendo has published that game, so they own the publishing rights. Also, there's the licensing of MGM, which is the film studio that does all the James Bond movies and stuff like that. And that's been probably been the stumbling block for this game to be re-released again in its original format. Now, it's not a remaster, as there's been obviously news about that there was a remaster being made by Xbox, and it couldn't be released because not everyone was on the same page about that to be re-released again. But there's a couple scenarios I think about this. So what I think could happen is Nintendo will grant permission for Microsoft to release GoldenEye 007 on their Xbox consoles in exchange for Nintendo to have GoldenEye 007 for their Switch Online service. So it's kind of a three-pronged sort of ownership. You have Rare, the company that made it, Nintendo published it, and then the licensing by MGM, the film studio. So you had to get green lights from all three of them for this to happen. So if they've got MGM licensing approval, which means either they were very nice and they were happy to do it, or someone just rolled up and gave them a couple bags of cash to make this happen. I don't know how they did, made this work, but I think that if that's the case, you've seen Banjo Kazooie to be released the next actually 6 or so days, which that's not too long, which is pretty cool. And Banjo Kazooie, something like that, can be released on a Nintendo console, which Banjo Kazooie is actually owned by Microsoft. Then the chances of GoldenEye 007, the original version, the chance of that happening does increase. And I think it's quite possible that this can happen. And one of the reasons why, too, is that, a lot of the big hits for the Nintendo 64 were the rare games of, Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie and GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and all those sort of games. So I think that there is a really good possibility of this happening. So I'm kind of excited. I think this is a good thing. And I think it's a win-win situation if they released it on both, in terms of, Xbox gets it and Switch gets it with their own online subscription. Nintendo fans are happy. Microsoft fans get something as a cool release. I'm not too sure about how many big new games are coming out for 2022 from Microsoft. They can sort of fill it into a lean uh, period for their game releases for this year, and I'm sure that there will be a lot of interested gamers that would like to play through the classic again on a modern day console. So I wonder how this will all turn out in the end. But do let me know in the comments if you would like to play GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64, and even and if it will have online services or not. Online multiplayer would be very cool for all the multiplayer stuff with bots and real players and things like that. I think that would be really cool. So let me know in the comments what you think about GoldenEye possibly coming to the Switch Online service, and that will be it for me for now. So that's it for me, and I'll see you next time.